What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Wisco Madman, coming at you with another reaction video. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to smash that like button down below. Hit that sub and flip the notifications over to all. MC Abdul, The Pen and the Sword. He just dropped this one a month ago.
The pen is greater than the sword. Remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind them that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, inshallah. Education is not just some privilege or right that every child deserves. Is God-given, that right come under threat. It must be defended. You think Allah will see what you're doing to his children? Who's been held accountable? Who's in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should be building more schools in our prisons. They bomb us, they ain't even make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar, he dealing with different problems. Missile hit his home and crushed and killed his barber. We should be playing soccer or meeting up by lockers. He wanted to be a doctor, but he don't have those options. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. I remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. I'm dreaming we coming together to save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, yeah, inshallah. The system needs to be eradicated. The attacks on education has been activated. It's not random, it's intentional, it's calculated. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aggravated. I ain't smiling cause I ain't happy. Know how many times I pray for peace and peace ain't happy. Still get on my rug and pray for peace, still gotta take actions. People held responsible for their actions. Until then, we gotta stay active. We need change, that change needs to be data-driven, accurate, comprehensive. And since we the victims, we deserve a voice in day-to-day decisions. And we can dig these generations out these grave conditions. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, inshallah.
Oop. The quality, dude. Like, no shit talking, the first one that I checked out of his, just listening to the difference, and I mean, like, I can tell the kid's going places. You know, the camera angles is another huge one. You can tell there's a lot more production quality behind it. You can tell it's not just kid having one person video him like he's getting shot from multiple angles. And, you know, thinking through, like, the situation, the specific clips and everything. Like, the original video was, like, one scene where he walked through the whole thing, right? I can't think right now. I'm just so distracted by this video. But, like I said, the first one that I checked out. But this one just, there's so much more production quality put into it. Me personally, I liked his first one just as much as this one. I like this one for other reasons. I'm glad to see the kids going somewhere. I can definitely tell the label stuff has done something for him, signing with the record label that he did, and yeah, that's incredible. In response to chat, guys, before I go start back over and check this out, he is 15 years old right now. The first one that I checked out from him, he was 12 years old at the time. I think he just turned 15 too back in September. So, and the only reason I know that is because I actually looked it up, so I kind of remember. It was like September something. I want to say September 8th or some shit. I'm not sure. But I just remember it was September. So, yeah, he's extremely talented with his words, and I look forward to seeing more from him. I could be wrong, my memory might be off, but I feel like he used to have more videos up on his channel, and since all this most recent stuff, I think a lot of it got taken down. I don't know. I seem to remember at least like 10 videos there, but now there's only 3. So that's all I can say on that. So let's start over and I'll break it down. Sorry guys. Response to JR Nana. Yeah, he does. This was most definitely not produced and directed by him. This was, he got a lot of help. He got a lot of help on producing this. In comparison to the last video. That's how I know that. Because there's no way in hell in 2 years he became a master director. His first video is great, but it's just drastically different now. Yo, that's the truth. Education we defend is going to save the world. Information is literally what runs the entire world. Be it education, be it media, be it whatever. That's why I have such an issue with the media the way it is, right? Education's another one. And I covered that when we checked out some Yuri Bezmenov interview stuff, right? And I do want to look back into him eventually here because I think now more than ever, that's just all that much more relevant. Every day that goes by, it's like more shit happens, and it's just more relevant. But education is so drastically important, and education that isn't tainted by anything else. Like education that teaches you how to critically think, how to do mathematics, how to, all the science stuff and research and without being tainted by a teacher or political motivation or any sort of other motivation. Just non-biased teaching. Together save the world. Don't stop trying, we all humans in God's eyes. Education we defend, it's time to save the world. Save the world, save the world, inshallah. Education is not just some privilege or right that every child deserves. Is God-given, that right come under threat, it must be defended. You think Allah will see what you're doing to his children? Who's been held accountable? Who's in charge, mister? These kids ain't got nothing to do with y'all business. You should be building more schools in our prisons. They bomb the same even. Yo, that goes for like the whole fucking world. Like, should be building more schools and not fucking prisons, man. That goes for the whole goddamn world. Like, for real. And for those who are wondering, those who aren't Arabic or don't know about Islam or any of that stuff, inshallah, which is what he said earlier, I just looked it up because I wasn't sure what it meant. And it just means if Allah wills it. That's their God within Islam. So, no disrespect whatsoever, just clarifying for people who don't know. Make news in y'all city. He could have been a scholar, he dealing with different problems. Missile hit his home and crushed and killed his barber. We should be playing soccer or meeting up by lockers. He wanted to be a doctor, but he don't have those. Damn, you rattled off some shit there too. Like his cut and the syllables, the way he was able to deliver that, so fucking impressive, dude. I can't do that shit now. I can't imagine being able to do that shit at 12, 13, 14 years old, 15 years old now. Oh, and the other thing before I let it play is he wanted to be a doctor but didn't have those options. It's like, dude, the amount of shit that we fucking take for granted. The amount of shit that we take for granted. Even in the United States, pretty much everybody has those options in some way, shape, or form if they're grinding hard enough, right? Imagine being in a fucking war zone where those options literally don't even exist. Or if they do, they only exist for rich people or connected people or whatever, you know? That's all that much more of why this is so impressive, watching this kid grow the way he is, coming from where he comes from. Like, it makes this story that much more impressive.
Options. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. I remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. I'm dreaming we coming together to save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we are humans in God's eyes. Education we
Don't stop trying, we all human in God's eyes. Remember that the next time you want to look down on another person because of what particular religion they believe in, and you may believe in another one. Coming from a completely different perspective than most of us, at least me growing up in the country, I didn't know anybody who was Muslim at all, at least not that I'm aware of. It's something I've come across more often in the city and much more as I've traveled, right? But this kid is raised in an entirely different area of the world and looks at things just the same way as we would have, being raised Christian. And mind you, I don't follow Christianity anymore. But we're all human in God's eyes. It's very, very, very true. And I wish religious people would remind themselves of that more often.
save the world, yeah, inshallah. The system needs to be eradicated. The attacks on education has been activated. It's not random, it's intentional, it's calculated. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't aggravated. I ain't smiling cause I ain't happy. Know how many times I pray for peace and peace ain't happen. Still get on my rug and pray for peace, still gotta take actions. People held responsible for their actions. Until then, we gotta stay active. We need change, that change needs to be data driven, accurate.
We need change, and that change needs to be data-driven, accurate, comprehensive, and since we are the victims,
we deserve a voice in day-to-day.
But regardless, so he goes on to moving on to something different on that. But data-driven facts, man. That goes for like any heated discussion. Any of it. Look at the fucking facts, man. Look at the real science, not some bullshit they manipulated.
Decisions, and we can dig these generations out these grave conditions. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Remind him every time it's greater than the sword. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Dreaming we unite together, save the world. I remind him that the pen is greater than the sword. Don't stop trying, we are humans in God's eyes. Education we defend is gonna save the world. Save the world, save the world, inshallah.
I love that this kid is able to bring this shit to light. And just so I can include it in Shouting at the Wall, that was the first one that I checked out. So but I absolutely love that he is getting notoriety, is getting put out there, and people are seeing him. Because this is the kind of shit that we need to see. These are the things that we should inform ourselves with. And unfortunately, or fortunately to an extent, I mean, if you otherwise wouldn't be heard, at least music is allowing him to be heard. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what I see on the TV, on the news, media, all that shit, of course I got taken down. Anyway, guys that are watching pre-record still get to watch me, so. It's not the same seeing it on the news. It's biased, it's manipulated, it's whatever, rather than seeing it right from somebody who's fucking living it. One of the reasons why I absolutely love YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this reaction video, please be sure to smash that like button down below. Thank you guys for commenting, sharing, subscribing. And of course, as always, I appreciate y'all being here. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.